We are here to remember Pearl Harbor. And 14 years ago, Jack Barry and many came to me with the city and it pointed out that very few cities recognize Pearl Harbor. Something happened, and very few cities recognize Memorial Weekend or Veterans Weekend. And of course, as mayor, understanding how important veterans are to democracy in America, called sacrifice, and also every day to remember another generation of what one generation did for what we are here today for. And that's why 14 years ago, with the help of many survivors and their families, we established Pearl Harbor Day. And to me, that signifies a very grateful city. I would say travel throughout the Great Lakes, this country. Today, how many cities are recognizing the survivors of Pearl Harbor and those who did not survive? And that's what's wrong with the country. We are forgetting our past. Our past is what we are today. And those men and women who sacrificed their lives at Pearl Harbor and those who survived had memories of that infamous day. How their brothers and sisters and family friends and neighbors and graduates or someone they just got to know lost their lives on Pearl Harbor Day. But we were fortunate of that generation to have a country to say we were going to win. In Europe and in Asia, we were going to win. And winning was the success of World War II. Because we never forgot those who sacrificed their lives for us. Winning. That was the idea over tyranny, both in Europe and throughout Asia. And to me, that is a great, great education for us of a new generation of men and women, a new century, that we look back and see the sacrifice that they gave to us. And I firmly believe this is a very grateful city. We do remember all the veterans of all the campaigns, and to educate another generation of how great this country is. We are in a dilemma today. We are too negative. We're too pessimistic. We are becoming whiners. The veterans of World War II and the Pearl Harbor were not whiners. They were winners. They came back to their families. They rebuilt their lives. They rebuilt their families and made another contribution to the greatness of this country. Once in the military and a wonderful citizen of this country. What a nation and what a grateful generation that gave back to the country in service and as a citizen to rebuild their families, their extended families, and generations of families. To me, that is the story of that generation of giving back to the community. And not one complaint, not one begging, not one complaining, but came back. But at the same time, remembering those fellow military members who lost their lives. To me, that is the greatness of America. And this is the greatness of Chicago, because we are I think the only city in America that does this. There's something about Chicago, like Jack Barry and others, who came with the idea, yes, who thought about the idea, and said, we can do it. Not one individual, but we can get the city. We can get Mike McAuliffe and Jim Belser and other elected officials. We can bring the business community together and say, let's just take this day out and to remember those who lost their lives and those who survived. This is a grateful city. We are grateful to the survivors. We're grateful to the men and women who gave their lives at Pearl Harbor, and to your families and another generation of families coming here. This will never stop, because next year I will not be the mayor, but I will be here. This will always survive in the history of Chicago, not for me, but for the Jack Barrys and Dean Garretts Steve Ambrose, all the survivors for generations to come in the future of our great city. I wish all of you a wonderful Christmas, happy holiday, and New Year's. To best of health, to your families, meeting your families, your children, your grandchildren, great-grandchildren. You are the best. God bless you and thank you.